All right, guys. Brian here. I'm an Uber driver on the side, so I figured I'd do a video as I'm rated in the top 1% of drivers in Boston. So what am I doing that is special? Nothing really. So I have a car. It's a Volkswagen Jetta TDI. I have leather seats. If you don't have leather seats, I recommend getting leather seat covers just for the fact that if something were to spill or anything, it's A, easier to clean up, and B, people tend to like it. One thing I do use a lot is I got on Amazon a charger that has a USB side and then has various tips for all the various phones. So some of the Samsung phones don't work on it, but for the most part, people are happy. And I feel like, at least in Boston, most people have iPhones. One thing I also keep back here is Barf Bags. Nice and fun. So these are technically morning sickness bags. I got them on Amazon. Also, they're great. It's going to happen if you work late night. It happened to me. This lady kind of booted on herself, and I was like, Barf Bags, Barf Bags. She grabbed the bag, and it saved me some cleanup. Also, if someone boots in your car, you got to remember to take a picture of it first. So your natural instinct is to clean it up, because you don't want your car smelling like poo. Yeah. But you do got to take a picture, or Uber will not pay you any money. I keep napkins in my glove box. That's another thing. So if people are sneezing or anything like that, or there is anything to clean up, I use the napkins. I don't put waters in the back, just because they rattle around. I don't offer candy or anything like that. I think it's weird eating candy from strangers. Your parents in Halloween always told you to watch out for needle marks or whatever. It's sketchy, you know what I mean? So I'm not offering food. This isn't a food stand. I'm gonna get you from point A to point B. Things when driving to keep in mind. Try to not brake hard or accelerate too quickly. When I first started out, I was very good about that, and then after you get hundreds and hundreds of rides in, you stop caring almost. You're like a taxi, so you just want to get them from point A to point B. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I use Waze as a GPS app. I highly recommend it over any other map that you can use. Some people's negative views of Waze is that it causes you to make more turns than you need. And that is true. It does do that occasionally. So I always ask the passenger, if at any point that you want me to deviate, let me know. Also, when the passengers get in the car, I'm not like, hey, are you Bill? I'll verify the destination with them. I've had people get in the car that aren't supposed to be there, and you have to kick them out, and it's a whole fiasco. What else? So when people get in, I don't badger them with questions. Is the AC on too nice? Do you want windows up? Do you want windows down? What radio station do you like? I keep just normal radio station of it's underground hip hop. I'm in Boston, so that's an option. So I use that. And then windows and stuff are I keep it the way it is when they get in, and if they have a problem with it, usually they'll tell me. So I don't want to badger people. So I do have an aux cord. Sometimes I'll be like, do you want a DJ? The people laugh. They like that. I think that's a good thing too. So those are the tips of what I do to become a good Uber driver. Obviously knowing your city is pretty major. So if you're trying to get fares, that's another quick tip of, you're trying to get a lot of fares over and over again. Don't turn off and go to a surge area. It usually doesn't work out that way. What I do is I think, what would I be doing right now if I wasn't Uber driving? So, if it's getting around 9, I'm going to be in the burbs because I know people are trying to get to bars, then I'm going to be downtown, or just consciously trying to be in areas where you're going to get stuff at different times. Then a bar close, you got to be at the bar close. And then, past that, who knows? Then you're picking them up from their, one night stand and bringing them home or whatever. So you just got to be thinking about what would, the target market of Uber being, at least in my perspective, 21 to 35, what would they be doing right now, and where do I need to be to service them the best? Obviously, I try to stay away from like sporting events and stuff, or you'll get nice fares, but is it worth staying in traffic for that long? Here in Boston, Fenway Park is in the city, and there's very few locations that you can get in and get out without getting absolutely slammed. So I try to be really good about that. One thing that is also a pro tip at night, I have a light up Uber U that fixes to my windshield, and it lights up through, the car charger thing. That's a huge positive. People can find me. Sometimes it works too well where individuals come up and they're like, oh, you're an Uber. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not who I'm here to pick up. So I'll put links to my like Uber code if you want to use me as a reference. I think Uber goes back and forth on whether or not you get anything out of it. I know I personally do. So if you want to do it, that's cool. If not, also cool. Good luck Ubering, everybody, and have a great rest of your week.